Fellas, you can't do it. You can't do it. These girls don't belong to you. You can't do it. Okay? Your girlfriend's sisters, cousins, and friends. You can't do it. Matter of fact, any bitch your girl know, you can't do it. Apparently, it's a thing going on right now where guys is getting themselves into this shit. And fellas, I'm gonna pull y'all coattails on it. It's y'all fault. You gotta know how to fold your dick, man. You gotta know how to control your dick. Let's talk about it. Can't mess with the. Yeah, what's up with the fellas? What's going on with my peoples out there? This is Sess Videoz. Thanks for tuning in. Having a little technical difficulty here with the mic, but all right, cool. This is Sess Videoz. Thanks for tuning in. I got a whole good topic here. So apparently, some guys I know is getting at me like, "Yo, holla, talk about, the girlfriends, sisters, and friends and cousins and stuff." And I can relate to that because my girl got a lot of sisters. I've had women that had a lot of sisters and cousins and aunts and all that. Even that's they bad as hell. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes through, let's call it family tidings, you can find yourself in some precarious situations with these women. So you gotta avoid it at all costs. So today's topic is your girlfriend's sisters, cousins, and friends. So let's start here. They off limits. They off limits. All right. Morally speaking, as a man at any age, you gotta have some limitations. You dig me? You gotta know your limitations. You gotta have some moral guidelines, some level of moral guidelines that you follow. See, the psychology to it is they're forbidden fruits, so you're going to want them. We could talk about that a little later, too. They forbidden fruits, so you're going to want them. But fellas, you can't do it. I mean, they off limits. They are off limits. Your girlfriend's sisters, your girlfriend's cousins. Your girlfriend's cousins. Yeah, your girlfriend's cousins, your girlfriend's sisters, your girlfriend's aunts, your girlfriend's friends. They're all off limits. Now, they're going to be looking at you, too. And they supposed to know you off limits. And they might not be feeding into that, but trust and believe. If you fuck with that, that could be something that explode on you in a year, the next morning, 20 minutes after you're done, 20 years. You know, brothers, don't do it. Don't do it. Just leave them off limits. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Don't let the sisters set you up like that. Don't do it to yourself. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about real quick, we ain't going to get deep in the first half of they off limits. That's something you're supposed to already know, my niggas. So if you don't know that, I mean, I ain't got nothing for you. Like, you're supposed to know that one. Now, we're going to talk about this now, checking them out. Now, when you check them out, you got to do the old man checkout. All right? You got to, like, turn real quick, turn away real quick. You can't stare directly. You can't be gritting them down like you going to get at that pussy. You can't do it. When you give that look out to females, they know what that look is. When you stare them down a certain way and you look them over, they know what that is. You checking them out. Now, your girl might have some hot people, but you can't do that. You got to do the quick grandpa look, like you're not looking, but you is looking. Dig me? You got to know how to look with the whole view with your eyes can see. Like, you might be talking to her and you're looking straight into her face, but your eyes is like checking out the rest of what you can see in your peripheral. You know what I'm saying? You can't stare them down, man. It's going to give you a problem. Now, you got some families, though, that bust balls. And if you got a bust balls family, like, you could go in and say whatever and they don't take it no fucked up way, then, yeah, I mean, I guess you could play at it. But I wouldn't even advise with that because that can become a problem later, dog. I mean, people will hold you to things you say, especially in today's day and time. People will hold you to things you say. Like, I try not to even tell my peoples that her peoples is attractive or that they attractive. I just say, you look nice, and that's it. And try to leave that just out. You know what I'm saying? Because you never want nothing further down the line or something to be misconstrued. I know I said it wrong. I'm being hood ghetto with the words right now. Misconstrued. But you don't want any mix-ups. You don't want any problems to be caused. Just avoid it. Stick to what we first talked about. They off limits. They are off limits. I would advise try not to check them out either. You got to learn how to put on some mental blinders, man. You got to learn how to go into a room. They could be in there just coming out the shower, everybody in towels, titties is half out, whatnot. And you got to learn how to turn the blind eye and calm your dick down. You got to be in control of your dick and calm your dick down. Like, look, these bitches, these pussies is off limit to me. These bitches, it's just not happening. It's not happening. It's just not happening. You know what I'm saying? It's just not happening. You know what I mean? Plus, that's the worst kind of thing to come back at you if it ever comes back on you, man. You just don't want that kind of headache, that kind of simple worry. It's just a whole other thing, man. Take it from me. I made that mistake before. I once had a situation where I shouldn't have been looking and I was looking. Then I ended up fucking because I was looking. And she saw I was looking and ended up giving me the drawers. And it all comes out later in the wash. And I was a piece of shit for doing it. I don't even blame it on the girl. I blame it on me because as the man, the situation that I was in, as a man, I was supposed to know, like, you calm back, fall back, and you don't do certain shit. You just calm down. Feel me? It didn't matter what age I was, because as I got older, I met guys around my age that could make better choices than I was making at that time. So it was carelessness on my part. You know what I mean? So I live and I learn from it. So as from my experience, man, I'm telling my listeners out there, if you driving, you working, whatever you doing, you listening to my voice right now, they off limits. If you getting a temptation, you getting an eye from one of the relatives, family, she off limits, man. Leave her alone, man. It's not worth it, dog. And for the females out there listening, know that some of your peoples is fucked up like that. Feel me? Know that some of your peoples is fucked up like that. There's a thin line in both directions that you should go in. You dig what I'm saying? And like, that's a whole other show topic in itself. Like, you could ask a whole question and do a show topic on that and the directions it could go in. But like, all your bitches is not straight. You know what I'm saying? All your bitches is not straight. All your friends is not straight. Feel me? Some of them is straight and they find themselves attracted to something that they really shouldn't be. They might be going through something with their man and they find a comfort in your man because of how he treats you. Now they want to give him some head. They want to give him some pussy because he earned it a little bit on the side because they looking at him like, yo, that's a real man. He deserves whatever he get. You know what I mean? He deserves whatever. You dig me? You ain't going to see it from that side because you the girlfriend involved. So take it from me when I tell you, sometimes people's point of view is skewed. You know what I'm saying? The way people look at stuff is going to be different from your shit. God damn. In a mission, yo. Heineken, man, when I can't get my Hennessy, Heineken is the next best thing, and Heineken is the shit. I'm going to do a show called Why to Drink Heineken, dog. What they call these glasses, they call them the big, I think it's something the Irish used to have, the big glasses that you drink beer from, man, the Steins. I think that's what they call it, Stein. I think that's what they call it. I got one right here I like. Like I had a 22 Heineken and most of it fit into that cup. That's what I'm sipping on right now. Feel me? But yeah, though, man, you got to check them out from a distance. And I would suggest that you don't even check them out, my brothers. Leave that alone. Temptation leads to the setup. My brothers, do you hear me? Temptation leads to the setup. The setup is you take the bait. They all laugh at you. She puts you out there. She might even give you some pussy and still put you out there. Because guess what? At the end of the day, you just a nigga that passed through and they are family. And you have some family members that'll fuck everybody's man and they all know it. So then they end up looking at the dude as a piece of shit because you fell for the bait. Feel me? You walked into the setup. So temptation leads to the setup. All right? Let it go. Not only that, my young fellas out there, you'll have a bitch that'll give you some pussy and it's your girlfriend's friend and now she got you hostage in your pockets. Every time she wants something, she call you because she knows she got you over a fucking barrel, as the old heads would say. Feel me? Why even give yourself that kind of issue? Why even give yourself that problem? If you're going to do it, you could go out somewhere and find a whole other bitch that don't do nothing. You got a chance to just go in another direction and just not have to worry about the stupid shit. So why even put yourself in that problem? I mean, that's just from my experiences at least. I put myself in that problem and it just wasn't worth it. To learn from it was worth it. It's always worth to learn something, be it good or bad. The experience, but If I could do it again, I just would have avoided a lot of the dumb shit. I mean, I did some shit that was so fucked up. Like, it's this show, BoJack Horseman. I relate to it, man, because I did some shit in my life that was so fucked up because I wasn't right inside that it lost me male and female friends. Feel me? And think about that for a second. As a person, if you're a woman and you go through shit, usually you lose your girlfriends, not the guys. And as a male, when you go through shit, usually you lose the guys. Excuse me, not the females. So if you go through something and you lose the males and the females, you did some fucked up shit. Feel me? And that's where it's at for a minute, so I know how it can get. I mean, but I'm going to reiterate again, fellas, they off limits. I'm still at base one, man. I'm trying to remind you niggas, they off limits. We shouldn't even be having this conversation with anybody, any dude over, I would say, 16. By 16, you should learn already. Because you see bitches will fight over you and they was friends or sisters or whatever because they don't know how to separate that shit. But when they hit about 18, they learn to separate and then they start talking to each other. And then they start making you like they trying to get you fucked up now because they realize that you didn't know, she didn't know, and she didn't know, and you played, both ends towards the middle, towards you. So when it comes down like that, about 18 is when the females figure it out. The dumb niggas, they don't figure it out till about 22, 23. But I'm trying to fill y'all motherfuckers in. If you over 23 and you ain't figured it out and you don't know, let me teach you that lesson. My dude, they off limits. Just start right there. They off limits. Check them out in the peripheral. Don't really check them out. Don't look out too much. Don't see them needing help. Just pass them on by, dog. Pass them on by. All right? And remember, temptation leads to the setup. That looking, that temptation, that putting out that vibe like you think she's cute, she's sexy, it leads to the setup. Leave that shit where the fuck it is. You only want that pussy because you know you're not supposed to get it. 9 times, sometimes the bitches is real bad, but 9 times out of bad, if you had met her in another situation, 9 times out of 10, I said 9 times out of bad, didn't I? 9 times out of 10, if you met her in another situation, you probably wouldn't have wanted to fuck with her in that direction anyway. So keep it that way. Leave it that way. I mean, that's just my opinion, That's what Sess has to say about it. That's what Sess thinks about it. You know what I'm saying? So temptation leads to the setup. So leave it the fuck alone. Fellas, they are off limits. Leave it the fuck alone. Even if they are with it, don't do it. That's the next key talking point here. My dudes that sent me the messages to talk about the sisters and all cousins that want to fuck, I'm talking to one dude in particular. Listen, I know all the people involved that you're talking about. I would strongly advise against it. One of them, the one you talking about, will give you the pussy. There's 2 of them that will give you the pussy. I know because I know other people with the experience with them. You're new to this, and I already know them, and I know you. The one you talking about will give you the pussy. You're going to get the pussy for a while, too. It's going to be cool. You're going to be comfortable in it. I understand she's mean with the blowjob, too. So you're going to be comfortable in it. You're still going to be knocking the sister off. Eventually, they going to go through their shit as they do, and you know they do. You've been privy to this shit already in the park. You know how they do. And they're going to start name calling, and somebody's going to drop the ball on you. All right? And them bitches tell each other everything. Out of the 4 of them, the 2 of them tell each other and they cousin. Like they paired off. So it's another one that's going to know your business. If you do it, you're going to fuck yourself over. Feel me? And it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Now, if you was going to go to a relationship between them or something different, but you might as well stay in the relationship you in and stay with your girl. Don't even tempt yourself. It's not worth it. Like you see, I told you before that they cool. Remember when we first met? And they all out there listening. Just take their advice off of it. Who I'm talking to know who I'm talking to. You know who I'm talking to out there. I'm not going to say your name. But when I first found out you was fucking with them, I told them they all cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. I might have said to you, be careful of the setup. But I might not have. Excuse me, I've been drinking. But now that we talking about it, be wary of the setup. If you looking and feel like she looking back, man, fuck that. They are off limits. You hear me? Keep stressing that point, right? So to my dudes out there, even if they with it, don't do it. Even if they with it, don't do it. Right now you can't see it, but the girl you with might become your baby's mom. She might become your wife. And that might become a point of contention at a whole other point in your relationship, in your life. That girl could end up becoming your boss, and there's something that came out after you and her broke up. These things happen. These little things happen in life. It's just best to live clean. Live clean from your teens, and you should be cool. You know what I mean? When you're out of school. And I'm fucking rhyming and shit here now. They mean, but real rap though, man. If you keep it 100 in a certain way, people know you as a certain kind of person. So you'll find that while you zigging, the bad shit is zagging. So you avoid all kinds of bullshit. Feel me? So fellas, don't forget, they off limits. They off limits. Your girlfriends, sisters, cousins, and friends, they are off limits. Don't do it. Even if they're with it, don't do it. All right? All right. Now, we're going to talk about the last and final piece. This was going to get tricky. It's going to get real tricky here now. Now, you and your girl been through it. Y'all put a little time in. It doesn't matter the time, but you put a little time in. We're going to use somebody a little distant. We're going to say a friend, not a family member, but a friend. You and them is in the same area. You grew up in the same neighborhood. You still party in the same places. Or you come across that friend after you now broke up with her girlfriend. So now you not with that girl no more. Let's put 2 years between you and that girl now. And you run into this friend of hers. Is it cool for you to talk to the friend? Now, you had a freedom to do what you want to do. And by right, there's a certain argument that says it might not have worked with you and her, and it could work with you and a friend, and that your ex-girlfriend should be happy for her girlfriend and you finding each other, even if it came through her. I hear all of that. That's the humane way and all of that, but how many fucking people can actually live that way? You dig me? That's a tough pill to swallow, even 2 years later. A lot of people's going to feel a certain type of way, especially if you got any little time in there. So I would suggest that you stay away from all that shit. Now, fucking them, I don't know. I say use your own best judgment, because you're gonna know the people better than I can advise you on that. So that's one of them. That's one of those gray areas, as they call it. So I would say use your own best judgment when it comes to just sexing them. My young boy woke up. You got this thing, you always wake up like 2 or 3 in the morning. It's 3 o'clock a.m. exact. But yeah, I would say if you just gonna fuck them, keep it on just a sex level. Do it 2, 3 times. Then leave it, drop it cold. Just stop. Avoid the headache of the long term and extra friends, and just avoid it. Because that goes in a whole lot of other directions yourself. Sometimes that friend can end up making you and that ex-girlfriend reconnect some dumbass way. And sometimes an old head of mine, thanks Bub for the advice many years ago, once told me, man, when it's over, let it be over. As a grown man, sometimes when it's over, you gotta let it be over. And that don't just go for your girlfriends and your boyfriends. That also goes sometimes for friendships. If a friendship is over, you got a friend that went to jail or something, you know, or they changed up or whatever, y'all went through something serious and it's done and y'all ain't talked in a while. Sometimes it's just done. It's over. There's no rekindling. Sometimes it's just over. There's no hard feelings, but there's just no rekindling. It's like that's my ex-best friend. That's my old good friend. Or we used to be real cool at the time, which we went through our own little thing. But they cool though. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a grown-up thing. It happens. I could tell you a story about a dude once that tried to rob me one night. In fact, him and his friends did rob me one night. They robbed me one night, right? So I'm coming down the street and shit. And I don't see these dudes coming. I'm in my early 20s, so I guess my peepers wasn't as tight as it became. And that's one of the things I learned from. So I don't see these dudes coming. Got all my jewelry and shit. I'm dressed nice, whatnot. And suddenly I hear a voice go, yo. I turn around, it's like 5 dudes. Like really, it's like 5 dudes. So the dude like, yo, what's up? Give it up. So I don't see no gun. And I'm a fighter. Like, I'm not no bitch nigga. I'm a skinny nigga. I'm skinny nigga. I'm like 100 pounds soaking wet, feel me? But I'm no bitch, you know what I'm saying? So real rap, I'm ready to fight. So I put up my hands to fight, but that's just not what goes down. The way they grab onto me, it's like, it's just, ain't nobody even punch me. Everybody just like grabbed a piece of me, and one nigga just went in my pocket. So they literally strong-armed me. And the term is strong-arm. They literally strong-armed me. It wouldn't even be assault in the sense of anybody punched me. It wasn't no punching. The dude strong-armed me, took a jacket, took the money I had in my pocket, took the weed I was smoking, took my chain off, took the 2 rings I had off, and they stepped off, right? So where I was at wasn't too far away from where I was working at the time. It was a strip club I was working at the time, right? So it was like, if I was to run down the block, which is what I ended up doing real quick after that happened, I'm just under a minute's run away from where these dudes got to walk away at. Feel me? So even when I run away, just under a minute, when I stop at the door and I'm telling the security with the guns, like, these niggas right there just robbed me, we can make it back across to them. They all on foot. Feel me? So that's what happens. So I just so happen to pull up there now, and my cousin pulls up at the same time I run up through the door. So he's like, Sess, what happened? What happened? So I tell him what happened real fast. Jump in the van. He jumps in the van. He cuts across the median and everything. You know, like the paint, yellow lines on the street and shit. Cuts across that shit. Rides all up on the sidewalk and shit. Gets them niggas on the corner and shit. They about to hop in a taxi act real quick, right? With my money. Makes some niggas give up. Like, I get back what I could get back, because I guess by then they had divvied up some shit. I don't even remember the exact sum. But as they get in the car now, they see me and my cuz pulls up. As they get in the car now, they start piling in there. So one nigga gets locked out, and the taxi act driver sees what's going on. So he pulls out with the niggas like, or some shit like that. The door slams closed and shit. This dude like falls out. So my cuz pulls out his gun and shit like, yo, them niggas rob you? Rob this nigga. So I go through his pockets. This nigga had like $80. So if I took that shit, you know what I'm saying? He had some Sauconys on. I took them Jones on, but I ain't gonna take, I mean, the nigga sneaks that he wore. Took them Jones off and I threw them on top of the store he was standing in front of. Just threw both his sneaks on top of the store and shit. And I digged in his pocket and I found his house keys and threw them on top of the store and shit, right? So my cousin now turns his machine to bust this dude. He was gonna clock this dude. So I'm like, yo, no. And I think that's one of them points in life where you make a life-changing choice, man, where it would have changed everybody's life involved. It was one of them moments, man. Real talk. So I go, no. So we end up not doing that shit. And I go, no, it's cool. They ain't punch me or kill me. And we cool, we even. And he steps off. So now, many years later, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 years later, I'm somewhere else, and I see this guy working, and it's like a store, and he got to help me at the store and shit. So I'm like, blase, what I need, what not. And I turn around, and I'm like, where I know you from? And he looks at me too, like, yeah, I know you. And we, you still give each other that handshake love, still like, what's up? I know where I know you from. Then it came to me, I said, yo, you the boy on Broad Street, you and your friends robbed me that night. He goes, yeah, man, I'm sorry about that, man. I was a different person. I was going through other things. You dig what I'm saying? And I learned from that. Y'all could have took my life that night, and I never forgot that. And I had one more thing after that had put me in jail. I already had something else going on, but all that happened in such a close period of time. It made me think, and I've been out now for like 3 years. And I mean, so that mean that nigga went to jail a little bit after that. And I'm telling you, this happened 5 or 6 years later that I saw him and shit. We got to talking. So, you feel me? He went in for a little bit and came out, and he been holding down jobs and shit. And we got cool after that. Now, not cool buddy like we going to each other's houses and know each other's family, but it was cool like I was seeing this thing on the bus, and he was seeming like, yo, was something busted up and blow an L with me and shit. And we got cool. And that's the real fucking story. Like, that's the real goddamn story. You know what I'm saying? So I guess all of that to say, I say all of that to say you never know in which direction things is going to go and turn. My beautiful queen just woke up. She's giving me the early morning yuck face. You got to see her face right now, y'all. Anyway, you never know how those things turn, you know what I'm saying? So I say all of that long story to tell you that even though y'all broke up, when you have a little connection like that, it could draw you back to each other. So I would advise that you never ever sleep with the friends at any point. They're just pussy that's for the rest of your life is off limits, my dude. And it can be done because how many other women is around, honestly speaking? How many other women is it around? How many other women is it out there? Are you telling me your dick game is so weak, so soft that you just can't fuck with other bitches? What about friends of that friend? You don't know them bitches. They don't know you. That's different. Feel me? I mean, like, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, with that long ass story, I'm going to call this one a quick short for y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is Sess Video. Like and subscribe. When you like on the video, it tells YouTube that this is good content. People like this shit. I like this shit. This should be seen by more people, and they put it up in the forefront of stuff when it comes up to video searches and stuff. So like on that video. You're helping a person out. You're helping a person, make some bread. And who doesn't like that? You feel good doing that. I feel good getting it. I do this for the money. Never, ever going to lie to you about that. I do this for the money. All right? So we all entertained by this. I'm telling you some real shit that you can live by and walk on. So push that like button. Help a brother out. Next thing, push the bell icon. The bell icon allows you to know when I upload things. No matter when you get a little boom on your phone and shit, or whatever your phone does to chime you in and let you know that you got something you should be looking at. It's called a notification. It gives you a notification of when I upload new shit, so you can keep up with the phone. You know what I'm saying? Just keep up with the phone. The next thing is subscribe to the page. Subscribe to the page, and I'm saying, so that you can get even some exclusive content when I start moving that. And I will be selling items and shit like that along the way, t-shirts with the logo and stuff like that, because my logo is fly. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody that ever wondered, that is a weed nicks. I'll do a whole show about the weed nicks later. That's what Sess Videoz logo is. It's a weed nicks. Yeah, and like, subscribe, and push the bell icon. Thanks for listening. I love y'all out there. I love all my listeners. Thank you. And I'm out.